Hey guys, what's up? Spenny here. So in today's video, I want to talk about what Warren Buffett has been buying. Now, Warren Buffett is known to be one of the best value investors of our lifetime, and he's been dumping billions into an oil stock that I want to cover for you in today's video. Now, before we get into this video, if you guys could please drop a big thumbs up on this video, it really helps it out, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Now guys, there's been a lot of talk on YouTube and just in the market in general that the market and all assets are in a massive bubble and we're due to see a market correction or a crash. Now in my opinion, this is false. I don't actually think we are going to see a crash anytime soon. I think in certain sectors you could definitely see a crash or a harsh correction, and that correction could come into the hyped up sectors, possibly in EVs, possibly in other sectors as well. However, there is a deep value in the market right now. In my last video, I showed you guys Molson Coors, how it's one of the best value plays in the market in my opinion right now. And I've invested a lot of money into that one. If you haven't seen that video, I really urge you to check it out. I think it's a really good time to get into Molson Coors, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about another value area in the market, and that's in oil stocks. Oil stocks are very cyclical. So a cyclical stock is when there's a bear market, the stocks crash, and in a bull market, when there's economic growth, everything is booming, these kind of stocks go way up. So they're very cyclical. They go way up and they crash in a bear cycle, and they go way up in the bull cycle and they crash again. So the way you want to play a cyclical stock, like in the oil industry or in the automaker industry, is that you buy it when we're in the start of a new bull cycle, a new economic growth cycle. That's when you buy these stocks, and then you sell them close to their highs, hopefully before that next bear market, and then you rebuy them when they're in deep value territory. Right now, oil stocks are in deep value territory. However, they have been making a little bit of a comeback. So let's get into what's going on in the oil industry. First thing I want to mention is that back from 1999 to about 2009, there was a commodity super cycle. Oil went from about $12 a barrel to $144 a barrel. This has been known as a commodity super cycle, and a lot of people are saying that we're due for another one, and it could be the start right now. I'm not for certain that this is the start of a commodity supercycle. However, there are signs that it may be. Just last year, oil went to negative $38 a barrel, probably the worst of all time. Like, that was brutal, and we've made a nice recovery since then. We're trading at about $60 a barrel now. Now, for most oil companies, it needs to be above $50 for them to even make a little bit of a profit. Some of these companies actually require even above $60 a barrel to make a profit. So anything below $50 to $60, these oil companies will struggle. So we want to see and make sure that the increase in oil prices is actually sustainable. If it's sustainable above 60, you're going to see oil stocks recover. And I want to give you guys the 3 best stocks in my opinion to play the oil industry. And 2 of these stocks is actually what Warren Buffett is currently invested in. Except the first stock I'm going to show you is not a Warren Buffett stock. It's just one that I think is extremely beaten down and could have a really nice recovery. That one is Occidental Petroleum Corporation. The ticker symbol on that one is OXY. Now, this one in 2018 was trading at $86 a share, went down to around $10 a share. Now it's $26 a share. So $26 a share is still down massively from its all-time highs. I think we could definitely see a massive recovery here. And I actually got this stock pick from Benzinga. Benzinga every morning does different trade options. They were looking at this stock as a trade to potentially sell at around $35 a share. Now, of course, I think this could actually climb way higher than $35 a share if we do go through a bull cycle that could be coming. Anyways, I think right now is a really good time to buy as long as oil prices are sustainable. And another good thing about this company, they are currently free cash flow positive. So, you know, they're not burning through tons of money right now. It's a pretty safe pick at where the price is. it's kind of inevitable that this company will recover at some point. I just don't know if right now is that exact spot, but I do believe that recovery is coming for this company. Now, let's get into Warren Buffett and what he recently purchased. So Warren Buffett recently purchased shares in Chevron. Now, Chevron's one of the largest oil companies in the world. And Warren Buffett purchased $4.1 billion in the oil company. So this is a pretty big stake even for Warren Buffett. He is definitely bullish on the oil industry. Clearly, he is a deep value investor, and there is good value in Chevron. However, I just don't think you're going to make massive returns on it. If we look at Chevron here, it has a market cap of $179 billion. And, a couple of years ago it was trading at 131. I don't really see this company growing much more than that. So maybe there's a 40% upside here over the next couple of years. This suits what Warren Buffett does though, so it makes sense for him to be investing in this. If you want a safe oil stock, I would say Chevron's probably the safest you can get. And just looking at what analysts are saying, they have an average target of $103 and a high of $115. So there's some upside here according to analysts, and I'd happen to agree with this. But moving on to the next stock, this is a Canadian one for you Canadian investors or American investors. Anybody can invest into it. This is Suncor Energy. Ticker symbol is SU. Now, I think Suncor Energy is actually probably one of the better oil stocks in Canada that you can invest in. Pretty safe company with a market cap of $36 billion. It is quite a large company still. It's currently trading at about $23, but just 2 years ago, it was trading at around $54. So there's a lot of upside to be had here for sure, guys. This stock could definitely double to its all-time highs if we go through that next commodity super cycle. And, a lot of people think oil is out for the count and EVs are just the way of the future. And don't get me wrong, EVs definitely are the way of the future, but we need oil in today's world. And over the next 10 years, there's going to be a lot of demand still for oil. Oil is in our everyday life, and it is going to be for the foreseeable future. And I think people just really counted these stocks out. But in reality, there is need for it, and these stocks are definitely a viable recovery play. And just checking out what analysts are saying about Suncor. So they have an average price target of $30 and a high of $50. I think this is pretty accurate. There definitely is a lot of upside with this company, guys. Now, one thing I don't like about oil stocks, they're very dependent on the commodity price of oil. So if the price tanks again, you're gonna see these stocks sell off. Where if it continues to climb higher, you can expect these stocks to probably hit their all-time highs again. So it's really dependent on that oil price, and it's really hard to gauge where that's going. All it takes is for Saudi Arabia again to flood the market with oil, and then there goes the stock's share price. However, I don't think that's realistic. I actually think right now there's quite a bit of demand for oil and not enough supply. So in the short term, I could definitely see oil prices continue to climb. And there could be a really good short-term trade opportunity in oil stocks, maybe even long-term as well. Anyways, guys, I'm not personally yet invested in oil stocks, but I'm definitely looking at them closely. Make sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the oil industry and these stocks I presented you in today's video. Thanks for watching, telling guys. Really appreciate that. I'll see you guys on the next video.
Oh.